Hey, what's up everyone? This is Scrembo from Emotionless Crypto Trading, and today we're going to talk about Ethereum compared to Tether USD, price analysis, 4-hour candlesticks on Poloniex exchange. TradingView.com is the website I'm running the market analysis, and you can do your own. Now, before we get started, I'd like to share with you some numbers around CoinMarketCap and Ethereum. Surprisingly, we've got just 260 million volume in the last 24 hours, which is extremely low for Ethereum. Good days when we used to have 3 billion, 2.5 billion, those were the days Ethereum was increasing anywhere from 5 to 12% on average on daily basis. Do you remember when Ethereum was actually taking off from $100 up to 400 gradually, kind of over the time, with volume of $3-4 billion a day sometimes, which was extremely good. Now, if you look at the volume right now, 260 million compared to 3 billion, it's definitely more than 10 times less, which is a huge impact into our support. Now, on the other side, let me just share with you the markets basically. And there is right here a revolutionary thing for the last months. Korean exchange is not ranked first anymore based on volume. Bithumb right there, which is Ethereum paired with Korean fiat currency, is not ranked anymore. That represents a negative point in my opinion, because Koreans are not pushing that much money anymore into Ethereum, as it seems like. The volume, usually it was over 100 million in the last 24 hours, during 24 hours, and currently it's just $16,000, right? So from more than 100 million down to 16, it's quite a lot of big difference. On top of that, it can be very easily seen on the Ethereum's price, as it do not really has any sort of movement anywhere, right? It's kind of sitting around 300s. Now on the other side, Bitfinex became ranked #1, which is Ethereum paired with USD. USD market is kind of pushing us harder and harder, and it's trying to lead the market. Now let's head over to TradingView.com and let me show with you the price analysis I've made. I'll try to do this video quick and straight to the point. We just got a couple of things to do. There's not too much movement in the last days since I made my last price analysis video around Ethereum. Now currently we're sitting on 292 price, and something that I wanted to share with you is the swing high resistance shifting the dominant energy, at least for short term. This point right here, that was a swing high resistance which kind of shift the dominant energy which we used to have in a different one, which is bearish currently for short term, right? For short term, the market turns to be in a downtrending channel, as it seems like creating higher lows. So we are going from a lower to a lower position continuously, as it seems like, and it just all depends basically on the level of buying pressure right now. If we're able to break out on the top right here, or in the bottom right there, depending on the breakout of this kind of it looks like very similar to a triangle. If we would have a line over here, it would look like a triangle, right? So definitely there is going to be a breakout for the current situation, which is going to help us have more data to read, right? We need to get more data in order to understand the language of the market. So currently you shouldn't do too many movements with Ethereum. Just hold your position and see what's going to happen over the next days. Very important to see the upcoming swing movement. That's what we would like to see. A swing movement usually represents a higher volume, depending. It might be up or down, doesn't matter. We just need to see that swing movement. Where is that going to be? Is it going to be another higher low, or will the market create basically a bottom and just switch again the dominant energy and have another bullish movement, right? So currently this is a very important price point, 314, 315, which is a short-term resistance line of the downtrending channel, right, represented right here. So this blue line basically is also the swing high resistance, like I said, which shifted the dominant energy. Till that point we were in an uptrend, but since that we kind of shifted and we are in a downtrend. Something else to consider is there is a short-term resistance line of the downtrending channel, this one right here. This is the short-term resistance line as we have it so far. On the other side, if you're looking for an entry point, and if you want a day trade or a swing trade, you might consider right here this position. If the market approaches that prices, you might consider those position as a possible entry point if 265 support line confirms and bounces back. Now 265 is this one right here, this blue line right here, which is a very important price in the structure of Ethereum. Now currently it should activate as support. We have to see if it confirms. What does it mean if it confirms? We have to see the dominant energy of the bearish market at that time switching over the bullish market. So buyers need to take control, right? If the market comes down the way, that means that the selling pressure is dominating. Buyers are taking control and it's changing the energy, right? Which is a good signal of an entry point right there after the confirmation, which is exactly what I was talking about, right? So that's something that I'm suggesting you guys to do. And that would be an entry point. Now you're right it as long as you see the support being active. When you see the market pushing us down the way, if this resistance line is still, oops, the other one, if this resistance line is still applying at that time, right, and you get blocked over here and then you're coming down the way again, then what you have to do is you have to sell out at this position once again, because the market is not going to move forward if there was no breakout of this short-term resistance line of the downtrending channel. That's the way you handle a trade, right? So you made quick profits over here, but at least you have tried. You have like 6.8% profit. But that's not the deal. That's not the discussion. The discussion is around a good entry point that could represent basically a skyrocketing movement. That's what you're aiming for, at least till this point, which would represent a better outcome, which would be like 15%, which is not bad at all for a quick trade, right? That's something to consider. That's what you should aim. Now, in order to achieve that, there needs to be a breakout of this short-term resistance line, which I'm talking about over here, right? Now, as usually I'm saying, if you buy in a trade and you have to sell out like a few hours later, you should do it, and never ever hesitate to do that if that's what the market analysis tells you to do, right? So feel free to do that. There's nothing wrong doing that. If you change your plan, because adaptability has an important role in your business. If you want to be successful for long term, you need to use adaptability quite heavily during your business. So that's something to consider. Now on the other side, we've got a major support line. I don't think we're going straight down the way. We still have to break out a couple of other support lines, such as the 265 structure line needs to be breakout in order to reach down over here at 199 200 of Ethereum. Long story there. We should look on a closer range. So far we have higher lows, which is not good, which is the signal of a downtrending channel, but it's not really established so far that much. So we still need more data. That's the first thing that you want to keep in mind. And then whenever you have an important support line activating, confirming, you want to buy in, write it up, sell out if it's getting blocked, right? So if you're getting blocked from going parabolically after that, you want to sell out your position, because we are continuing creating higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, which is definitely a bad movement by still keeping your trade, right? So that's something to consider about this video presentation, trying to keep it short, straight to the point. If you want to engage within my video, feel free to drop your comments. Let me know, what do you think about the crypto space right now, and where do you see Ethereum in October? I know there are a couple of great things coming out in October around Ethereum, and we will talk about soon. For now, this is a quick video, straight to the point. Hopefully it's helpful to you on what kind of decisions you should make and how you should understand the market analysis. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to track the first link in the description area if you would like to join my one-on-one coaching program, where I'm teaching people how to build a crypto business from A to Z. That's pretty much all about. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you soon.